Where the bear going down. See him again before the July. Alright, it started. It's in gear. And we've got check engine. Check engine light is on. Some guy singing fuck you, white bang and bongo. Yeah, he's gone. He might be down the block. Then started shouting the hard R. Too much content for sure. Goodbye, stream. Find that bongo guy again? Alright. Okay. I'll go down the block and find him. Let's open the windows and listen for him. That's just some other people singing over there. Yeah, they are easy to replace. You're right. They only cost like anywhere from $35 to $60, depending on what good ones you get. But I got to get 8 of them because I keep changing one, and then the next one blows. I changed number 5. I changed number 8, and now what's gonna go next? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fucking go through that. I might as well just fucking bang out the whole doodle in one shot. You know what I mean? I think I did the hard one. I don't know. I didn't do it myself, so I don't know. I can't hear that guy anywhere. Shit. Oh well. Maybe he's up this other block. Hold on. That guy was fucking stupendous. That motherfucking guy was stupendous. Crazy. Crazy, abrazy, fashazy, my lazy bazies. Alright, now I gotta try to fucking navigate without my navigation. You think I should be able to do that because I've lived here quite a while. But I don't feel very confident. How do you like New York in the 70s? Well, I'll tell you the truth. So 76, right? Because I'm 52. I was born in 66. So 76, I was 10. And by the time I was 11, I had already smoked pot. And by the time I was like, I don't know, 12 or 13 or whatever, I guess I was smoking cigarettes. Not as much, but you know, I was sneaking them around trying to act cool. I was never a drinker, but we used to go into the park where all the potheads used to hang out, and they'd smoke a lot of it. And they'd throw their roaches on the ground from where they were sitting, which was at the checkerboard tables. They were made of concrete, and they had park benches where you could sit and play checkers, and everybody would get stoned out there. The older people, you know, the ones that were in their teens and 20s, and they left a lot of it around. I mean, like, you could pick up 50 big gigantic roaches and shit. You don't want to have to call a tow truck. What are you saying there, Ricky Williams? It says, don't worry about finding him, just go home. Yeah, no, he's on his way to where he's got to go. Oh, the musician type guy. Yeah, fuck it, he's not here. I already went around the block. I'm gonna make another right, and I'm gonna try to figure out how to get to the highway from here. I definitely don't want to call a tow truck. That would suck the fuck off a donkey's puck. Oh, man. So anyway, this happened the other day. I was coming to get DJ. He's cursed. The kid's cursed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about the fact that the boy's cursed. Alright, so the car's sputtering right now because I'm going real slow. But once I can get it up, rolling past like 50 miles an hour. I went to get him originally from the airport. I think. That's the only other time that I saw him, right? Anyway. I was racing because it was like no traffic, and I'm like, wow, this is great. And I must have hit like 90, 92, which is very rare in these parts. And the fucking check engine light went on, and I was like, holy shit, man, what the fuck? And it was the coil, but it wasn't the one that I had to fuck with a few years ago. No, maybe not a few years ago. Oh my God, I went around the wrong way. I'm going to have to literally go around the block like a nut job. Huh. That blows. That fucking blows. Oh no. All right. Thank God. Ha. New fucking... All right. I made it to the highway though. I know where I'm going. All right. I'm good now. I know exactly where I am. I am on Metropolitan Avenue. You might have seen this in the Xenon movie. Metropolitan Avenue. And away we go. Did he say anything about his trust fund? No, I try not to ask him about that. I'm really not interested in it because, I mean, like, I'm interested in streaming and fucking, you know, like, I know Alki, who's got $1 billion. I didn't kiss his ass and nothing like that, you know, and become his friend and leech on him. I used to fucking have the ear of Howard Stern. I never tried to leech off of him and ask him for fucking anything, not even a job. And he was offering a job at one time, but it was a contest job, and I already was working for the Department of Education. Not like I'm a teacher. I used to be, you know, in the custodial field, janitor. I was a janitor. Fuck. I wasn't a janitor. I was called a fireman in the building in Brooklyn. Anyway, okay, we're gonna hit this highway. Hold on. On the BQE Expressway, head towards Staten, Stratton, Flatton Island. There it is. All right, once we get this baby up to speed, we should be able to cruise home. Hopefully there's no traffico, but if there's bumper-to-bumper traffic, we're going to be fucking a little upset here. I can't really... that's what I should have did. DJ should have showed me how to put on a text-to-speech so that I don't have to fucking sit here wondering fucking... I mean, trying to read the chat. That sucks. That sucks. You want to see the... Oh, wow, somebody's pulled over on the other side. Missed it. Do you have any stories about punk rockers and rollers? Yeah, well, I used to own a tattoo parlor, but before I owned that, I worked for somebody else's tattoo parlor for a couple of years, right? This was after I'd get out of my job at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I'd go over to the tattoo parlor and I'd work the desk. And the Ramones walked in, not Joey Ramone, whatever, Iggy or whatever the fuck. I'm not a big fucking star fucker, but he came into the tattoo parlor and he immediately went, I know, I'm so-and-so, I'm not Joey Ramone. He said, I know, I'm not Joey, you're disappointed. And then everybody was like, hey, how you doing, this and that. And I basically stood back and said nothing, but he says, I'm not here to get a tattoo, I just saw the place as I was passing by, I wanted to stop in. And he did, and he said hello, and people took pictures with him. And then, of course, one time Lemmy from Motorhead was doing a show in the Cat Club, and I had a friend who was a bouncer there, so I get it for free. Plus, I would get backstage, you know, and fucking walk into the green room. I had carte blanche to the place. And I was smoking pot when I walked through the area he was sitting in, and evidently nobody else had any pot because he smelt that with his big gigantic nose, Lemmy from Motorhead. And he was like, hey, you, with the smoke, come on over. So anyway, I walked over and we sat down and talked and smoked, and then he asked me to give me all the weed I had in my pocket, and he would pay me. So I gave him all the weed I had in my pocket, and I didn't let him pay me, and I just gave it to him. It was only like $25 worth. I had some more in the car. It's just what I brought in the club with me. Who else? I mean, like, I got to see fucking, well, this ain't punk rock, but I got to see Slayer, and I fucking, Anthrax. I hung out with the original singer. His name is Scott Belladonna or some shit like that. I know his last name is definitely Belladonna. I think it's Scott. But, yeah, he hung out with me and shit. You know, he wrote his name on a napkin. I fucking lost that shit. I don't know what happened to that. But, yeah, I got to hang out with a lot of rock and rollers and shit. I met Aerosmith. I didn't get to talk to Steven Tyler, but I stole one of the scarves that he hangs from, if you look at the issue of Rolling Stones when he was on Saturday Night Live the same year, the issue of Rolling Stone magazine, Steven Tyler is holding up a silk scarf over the entire band in the cover, and I stole that from him because he brought it a week or so later to do a live Saturday Night Live show, and my father worked for Saturday Night for Channel 4, NBC News, and my father used to get me tickets to see Saturday Night Live, and I went down to the green room and hung out with Joe Perry and took pictures with him and Tom Hamilton, and Steven Tyler was having a fight with his wife, and when he stormed off, he left the green room open, and I went in there and I stuffed a scarf down my pants. It's a one-of-a-kind original silk scarf that can never be recreated, so you see it on the magazine, you know it's the one I have. He's called Lemmy because I can't read all of that, dude. I'm sorry. I wish I had the TTS on for free. I didn't realize it's like fucking $2 TTS or some shit. I didn't know that. I didn't set all this up. I guess DJ did it, but I should have made him do it for free because, and it would have been cool because it's going through my Bluetooth in my car right now. I would have been able to listen to all your shit and answer all your questions. But yeah, we're making it okay. The car's not stuttering. I'm staying in the, one lane, not zipping all around like I usually do. I usually try to zip in and out of traffic, but just, I mean, there's the city, by the way. I guess I missed it for you. No, can't do it. This dashboard's in the way. I didn't realize that either. Oh well. At least it's gonna get me home. That was a fucking funny video before, though, man. That guy fucking blew me away, man. He knew how to get rid of me. You think that he did that to get rid of me? Or, he figured I can't offend this guy with calling everybody superficial. Because that's his whole thing. He's saying everybody's so superficial. I'm a dirty bum, and you're walking around with your nice clothes on, and you don't notice me, and I'm banging on the drum, screaming, and I'm, all you're doing is averting your eyes. I get his artistic. I was trying to absorb it and, have a little bit of a fucking symbiotic relationship with his art, but it went way off the fucking charts when it hit the N-word, and I can't have that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not afraid. I mean, I don't give a shit, you know what I mean? But it's for YouTube, I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I would have sat there and recorded him normally until fucking that guy came out of the house. I would have stood right there and watched him in his face. I'm not afraid. See, I can't stop. I'm speeding up behind this guy and ready to cut into the next lane, and it's just ridiculous, man. I can't fucking just drive nice and nice like a nice guy. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that one day. Not this day, though. YouTube doesn't ban for that? Really? I would have showed that. I got scared. I heard that. I was like, let me run away so I don't get the channel, because I knew it was DJ's phone I had. Now I got behind the slowest cunt in the whole world, and everybody's... I can't take it. I gotta go around them. I can't. Thanks for something. Well, you're welcome. Thanks for those awesome stories. Hey, you got it, man. If you ever want another story, just bring up a topic. I've lived a long life, and I've done a lot of things living in New York. I've had a lot of friends on the inside, whether it be like police people or fucking drug dealers. I got along with everybody. I was never a prejudiced kid. Like, I would date a black girl for, like, however long that relationship lasts, Puerto Rican, Chinese. I had them all. It was my, there's something wrong with my throat. It was my intention to, like, get every race and try to get every letter of the alphabet as a name, and only because early on I was like, I don't know, 19, I think I was 18. I was working for a gold casting company called ALA. Oh no, I heard a noise, man. I hope that ain't one of DJ's fucking devices, man. Holy shit, I hope it ain't. I think I heard something other than my phone, and I don't have anything to do that. Anyway, I was working for one of the largest gold casting companies in the world. And I was dressed in a nice suit. 19. I was 18, actually. And because I started when I was 17, but I only moved up to where I could keep the suit on. What the fuck was that? Was that my phone? No, couldn't have been my phone. Maybe I don't know. Alright, well anyway, so fucking I'm walking into the subway, of all things, on 14th Street in Union Square. And this lady is walking out of the subway, but looks like... Alright, now, granted, I'm only fucking 18. Oh, that scared the piss out of me, man, because it's on my Bluetooth. What is that, a subscription? I couldn't see it. Whoever subscribed, I appreciate you, man. It's nice. I'll have better stuff. I really know the subscription. I should have turned off the sound for that, I guess. Yeah, that noise is coming through my speakers, so it's got to be hooked up right. White gold cocaine. So anyway, she gets off the fucking subway, and I had like sunglasses on. I looked like Tom Cruise back in the day, believe it or not. And anyway, fucking I went like this with like the sunglasses. I was like, wow. And she said, oh, you know, like with her accent. She said, wow, I was thinking the same thing, or whatever it was. And fucking, so we started talking. Her name was Zora. Has nothing to do with me. John the Stutterer, no, I mean Stuttering John from the Howard Stern Show, who was the guy who answered the phone working for the Howard Stern Show, gave me this name, total random. I had said that I was some other sounding name like Zolar, but he got it wrong, and he was like, what, Zolar? To put me on the air with Howard about the guy who was abducted by aliens called Riley Martin, who's dead now. But anyway, getting back to this chick, her name was Zora. And she was like from like Yugoslavia or some shit, but she was a model. But the thing was, is she was already 40 years old. You know what I mean? Like, but I was 18. So to me, that was almost like, oh my God, this could be my mother. You know what I mean? So I was kind of like, you know, like, wait a minute, let me not get too deep. But she was aggressive. And she had an apartment because she said, why don't you take a walk? I only live a few blocks from here. And she lived off of Washington Square Park on 5th Avenue. And I was like, holy shit, man. This is my deal, man. And I got, you know, back then you didn't even have the word sugar mama. But I was thinking, man, this fucking lady likes me, man. She's living in a lap of luxury. That means I could be living in a lap of luxury too. So I went along. And we wound up fucking and sucking and bucking and mecking and mocking and for like weeks and shit, man. And she was in these magazines she showed me when she was younger. And you know, it turned out that I was just a little bit of a boy toy for her. And then she moved on to her upper echelon lovers again, you know. But it was cool. She had a fat fucking Jaguar convertible that was in all these car shows. It was like an SJ. What the fuck? I gotta turn that fucking subscribe. How come it doesn't show up that you subscribe so I could say thanks for subscribing, dude? But thanks for subscribing, dude. Subscribing. Anyway, fucking yeah. She had a Jaguar XJHS or whatever convertible. It was old, a real old one, but mint. And she let me drive it a fucking couple of times. And she literally, I think this is when the relationship ended, when she drove me back to my apartment in Brooklyn. I lived in Greenpoint back then, and it was, you know, a very lower middle class neighborhood or whatever. And, you know, the garbage cans are outside in the front of the house to be picked up, so you see the garbage, which is something, you know, it's not something you see in fucking, oh, my car's stuttering now. But, you know, you don't see this in, like, Park Avenue, 5th Avenue. Anyway, hey, brother, I'm going to make some waffles. Man, I want some. Do I want any? You betcha I do. All right, anyway, we're coming up on the motherfucking Verrazano Bridge. I've made it 3/4 of the way home, and if I die on the bridge, it's a free tow truck off the bridge. So, that means I'll be in Staten Island when I come off the bridge, and I won't have to worry about my car. So, at one point, this thing's gonna F hard on you guys. So, the bridge doesn't have any whiffy doodle. And without the whiffy doodle, I'm gonna try to show you what's the bridge and all that good stuff by fixing this. Okay, now you get to see what's on the bridge. Okay, please die on the bridge. I'll try. I haven't died, and I took the motorcycle over it when I didn't really know how to ride very well. And I took it over every day when I fucking first got that motorcycle, and the wind used to blow me. Ha! Blow me. I said blow me, bitches. Fucking, the wind used to blow me back and forth, and I was scared. Thank you for the subscription. If you want to sub, do it now, because this fails. It's going to fail, and I'm going to have to restart my phone, and the stream is off, and I'm finished, and I'm saying bye. You know what I'm saying? DJ, thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry my car blew up, but your fucking bad luck is which originated this story, and I never finished it. But the 2 times I came to get you, I blew a fucking goddamn coil. You fucking bad luck bastard. There, I got to talk, and if DJ's listening, he got to... Thank you for the subscription. Thank you, Betty Betty. This is the Virus Out on Arrows. Before Chinese took it over, it was the longest suspension bridge in the entire world. But just recently, in the last 5 years or more, I think the Chinese built a longer suspension bridge. Zolar Vision Live. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream, bitches, because I'm going to have some good stuff. Yeah, Bad Luck Jew, 100%. Yeah, I was going to try to speed over the bridge and make you get the whole ride. But it looks like I'm gonna have to cut around people to do it, and my fucking check engine light has gone steady instead of blinking, and I'm sure that's even worse. Like when it blinks intermittently, it's probably like, hey, you're blinking intermittent, that means check it out. But when it goes steady, it means dick bag. You've ignored me thus far. Now your engine's gonna blow up. Piece of shit, asshole. Buy a different car. It's shit anyway. Wow, I can't believe we're making it over the bridge right. I've been promising for the last 2 months that I'm gonna start up in March. If that's what you're referring to. I better stop looking at the fucking goddamn screen. Goddamn screen is gonna get me into an accidental. It's effing, but we're off the bridge now. You shouldn't F anymore. Take my picture, take my picture, take my talk to me, F me, UFC. Made it. We're on Staten Island. Staten Island.